A PR person from the company Kopana contacted me on Facebook, asking me if I wanted to take a look to some of their products. It looks like they make dice and die holders, die bags. And I thought, sure, why not? I'll take a look and I'll show them in one of my videos and share some ideas, as I usually do. So the first product, I'm going to show you this dice holder here, and then I'll show you the dice that there are inside. It's pretty nice. It's a nice mix between sturdy and flexible, so if you're holding it in your pocket, it's not gonna hurt you because it doesn't have edges, but it is, again, sturdy enough to act like an actual holder. Little zip here, and it's like quite pleasant. I can tell it's a mix between plastic and fake leather, but more on the plastic side. It really reminds me of my case for my DS, Nintendo DS. So here you open and it works like a mini tray. It has another little pockets here, which I don't know what that would be for. I guess when you go to your friendly local game store, you put your loyalty card there, your credit card if you want to buy snacks and you don't want to keep your wallet with you. And of course we have a set of dice, of metal dice. They look pretty nice. They look different from the ones they had on their website. The contrast between the edges and the background was a lot sharper on their website. They were just shinier. They look a lot better than these dice. I mean, these look like sort of like, I don't know, something that a dwarf forged in the heart of a volcano or something. There's a rough element to them, which is not unpleasant. It's just a different style from the one that I saw on the website, in which most of the dice had a much more polished look. And here we have the D4, which of course is a deadly caltrop, as it should be. Also, as you can see, each die has patterns, they are symbols other than the numbers themselves. And they're pretty heavy, so it's metal, so make sure you don't damage your own table. D6, pretty nice, and of course, as you can see, pretty legible. Now, there is, when 4 and 6, no problem. When we start rolling the other ones, there is a problem to me. It's just not inconsiderable. And probably you can see it already. Depending on the angle, simply, I find some of these dice unreadable. I have no idea what the number is. And it's not the camera. Even if I look, it's not like the camera is altering the light. Even if where I'm sitting, if I look at it directly, not in the camera, I can't tell. I can't tell what the number is. And these are the dice. The D12, not so much. But these are the dice, very hard to read depending on the angle where they fall. In particular, basically, if the tip is pointing that way, it becomes almost impossible. Look at this, for example, the number 2. Here you can see number 2 on the D8. If it falls like this, at a glance, I can tell what it is. As soon as I turn it, it becomes a lot harder to read. And now, I closed in quite a bit, a lot more than I would do in real life, and this is more or less what it looks like when I'm looking at it. Same here, just very hard to read. This, you can tell. It's just that between the edges and other rough elements of the background, they all just blend together. I have no idea what the number is just looking at it. Again, if I squint my eyes, I can tell it's nope, I don't know. Okay, it's a 4. So with these other numbers here, they're just not easy to read, and of course that's pretty much, to me at least, a fatal element. I'm all happy with things that look at they come of a fantasy world and they have been forged by dwarves, but I can't use them when I have so many other dice that also look great but are also readable. Even when it falls like the correct angle, so that it's not the perspective, it's just a busy design with a lot of other symbols. And again, simply the numbers don't stand out from the background enough, and so it makes these dice very hard to use. So I'm happy with the little pouch, but I'm afraid with a little holder here. I think I'll fill it with other dice that I can read more when I go to play to my friend at the local game store. These ones, again, they look nice as props at first sight, but unfortunately as dice are not very usable. And this is my review, my assessment for the set of dice and the dice case that was sent to me by Kopana.